Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another live this morning, and hope you're, like me, having a great start to your day. How you doing? Did you have your vitamin C yet? I hope so. Sue, how are you? First one up on the roll call this morning. Bill, good morning. Number 2 on the hit parade, Mike. Norland, 3, Sandra, Aurelia, good morning. Kevin, how are you? Oshawa, Betty. John, Elgin, Illinois. Wendy, Markham. Margaret, good morning. And Connie, how are you? And Betty Lynn. Deborah. Nick from our staff. Olga, good morning. John says he's having his vitamin C now. And another John with us. John, good morning. Fran, Orangeville. Esther, Rastool, good morning. Anne-Marie, Jeanette from our staff. Zian and Jean, good morning. Anne, Moncton, New Brunswick. Dawn. Oh, there's all these songs I want to sing. Joe, London. Joe and Maria from London, Ontario. Donna, Park Hill. Frida. All our regulars, we appreciate you guys. Frances Marie is having her coffee this morning. Bernadette. Ida. Mary. And Yolande. Bonjour. Yolande. Zian. Or Diane. Jane. Georgie. Halifax. Good morning. Barbara. Halifax. Well represented this morning. Sue. Bolton, Ontario. Jocelyn. Good morning. And from Surrey, BC, Rita. AJ, how are you? And another Fran from Tilsonburg. Good morning. Wanda. Virginia. Oh, I could sing, but it's not West Virginia. Delinda. Donna. You guys are great. Sue's from Manitoulin Island saying hello this morning. Marlene. And Fran from Valkaren. Susan. Gail. Saskatchewan. Touchwood Hills. Mary at Freeline. Jean. Mary Jane. Connecticut. Right, Mary Jane? Janine de Matisse. Well, bonjour. Gary. And Jackie. And Rita. Couple of more and we'll get going here. Nativity, good morning. I think, or did I say hello to you already? Maureen. Donna. You guys are great. Thank you for coming on, and we will say hello to Alicia in North Bay, and thank you. Now, let me just, yesterday I had an opportunity to speak at our church, okay? Even on Sunday. And I was bringing them the latest on mental health and tying it into the Bible. Okay? Now, let me go over some stuff that stress does to you. Okay? So you know what stress is. There isn't anyone that doesn't experience stress. And when it's prolonged, it's dangerous. Okay? Prolonged stress. So, and you and I know this because we've been talking about the hormone that's released, cortisol, the drip of cortisol over a long period of time. Very damaging. We're going to talk about that this morning, but let me just sort of tell you how your body operates to a certain extent. When you're feeling stressed, negative emotions, bitterness, okay? Bitterness. Your hypothalamus responds to that, okay? Fear, anxiety. It was amazing how many people talked to me after my message and told me they really suffer from that. Well, I said, you're not alone. My practice was mainly hormonal. Insulin, estrogen, testosterone, and cortisol. Okay? And of course, the thyroid, but the thyroid's a puppet. It doesn't act on its own. So the area in your brain that responds to stress, anxiety, emotional, is called your hypothalamus. Remember, 2 areas in the brain. The rest of it you don't even have to think about. Okay? Hypothalamus, hormones. Hippocampus, memory. 2 main centers of the brain. Okay? Now, when the hypothalamus gets out of kilt because of the constant stress, prolonged, and anxiety, a lot of bad things happen because the body has to respond to that stress. And your hypothalamus becomes overwhelmed. It's sending signals to your adrenals to release cortisol. And the tap, in this day and age, it's incredible. It absolutely revolutionized my practice, my friend. Cortisol. Cortisol is the accelerator. Cortisol is adding fuel to flames. And it messes you up big time. A lot of people think of only cortisol as anxiety. Okay, so a lot of anxiety, you're not sleeping, one of the symptoms, insomnia, or you're not getting recuperative sleep because your body is wired. And remember, a certain amount of stress is actually good for you. You have a body, you have adrenals, add renal on top of kidneys. If I come up behind you and scare you, that's normal. So, your body will respond. You turn around and kick me or you run. Okay? So, that's all right. But when it's prolonged, it's very dangerous. Almost every area of your body is affected by that. And what I was saying yesterday is that cortisol messes you up. Prolonged. It messes you up. It creates inflammation in the body. Well, I don't want to say it creates it, it accelerates it. Okay? But let's talk a little bit because we're really getting, we wrote an email the other day and we talked about testosterone in men. Okay? Testosterone in men. And you know my saying, most men over 50 have more estrogen than their wives. women's estrogen is going down in perimenopause or menopause. It's just normal. It's going down. And men's estrogen is going up. And if men have high levels of estrogen, I'm going to tell you something. Their testosterone is sinking badly. And we brought out a statistic that in the year 2000 to the year 2022 we're in, a 22-year-old male today in 2022 had the levels of testosterone today of a 67-year-old man. We're losing our tea, men. We're losing our tea. One of the factors is cortisol. It's stress. See, stress hits a man, and guys, I believe in men and I believe in women, okay? Like, I'm sorry, I'm old-fashioned. Now, when men have low T, it's not good for anything. Okay? And cortisol lowers T. Okay? In women, cortisol, stress hormone, remember, follow this with me, cortisol robs progesterone. See, ladies, always think, men, testosterone is king. There's no queen there. Okay? Testosterone is king. In women, you have a king and queen, and they are equal. You have to understand that. You better understand that, because I get asked this question almost on a daily basis. Well, doc, how can I have estrogen dominance? I'm in menopause. Very easily. Because you want a balance. You have a king and you have a queen. Ladies, your king is estrogen. The queen, co-regents, is progesterone. They have to be balanced. Women need balance. Men need a king. Okay? Men need kings. They don't need a queen. You marry one. Okay? And she'll keep you on the straight and narrow. Okay? Now, coming back to cortisol. Cortisol destroys testosterone in a man. Not good. Not good. Very dangerous in a lot of ways for a man. Imagine that statistic. Just at the turn of the century, in the year 2000, can you remember back then when Y2K, we were all scrambling to make sure our computers didn't close down. But a 67-year-old man in the year 2000 had as much, on average, testosterone as a 22-year-old man has today. A man, that is craziness. Craziness. If you don't think we live in a different world, I don't know what to tell you, folks. It's why I always talk about nutrition. Things are changed. Things have changed. And we have to understand that. Here we have men. And Tony Jr. and I agree with this statistic, by the way. 90% of men after the age of 40 have low levels of testosterone. 90%. And one of the robbing factors of testosterone in men is cortisol. affects a man differently than a woman. Stress lowers testosterone, lowers the boom on testosterone in a man. When T gets low, a man doesn't do well, okay? Very fatigued, low motivation, low libido, ED, a lot of times, declining motivation, I said that, difficulty losing weight, loss, I just wrote them down, loss of muscle mass, prostate problems, loss of memory, heart problems. Remember, inflammation is involved. When you have three things going on in the body, it's the three seeds of disease that we always talk about at the Martin Clinic. Leaky gut, high circulating insulin, that's food, and oxidation, free radical damage. And then you add stress, that creates inflammation. Those three things create inflammation. Then you add stress, cortisol, and now the inflammation spreads like wildfire. And that, my friend, attacks the heart big time in men, especially, and their brain, vascular. And they get cognitive issues. Their memory's not as good. Their motivation isn't there. Premature aging. Anxiety, obviously. There's a lot of symptoms. It can become very dangerous. In a woman, when you have high cortisol, it's not good either, because cortisol in a woman will rob a woman's progesterone. Remember the queen. Okay? Progesterone. Progestation. The baby hormone. Oh, Doc, why do I need a baby hormone? I'm not going to have any more babies. You still need it. Progesterone is important. All of your life, ladies, all of your life, you need progesterone. It is the equalizer. It's the balancer. And listen, when you get estrogen dominance because your progesterone is being robbed by cortisol, estrogen is up, may not seem high to you, but compared to progesterone, it's up. You know what it does? It slows your thyroid down. The thyroid becomes sluggish. The thyroid is your gas pedal. Your thyroid is important for your body temperature. Your thyroid, weight, ladies. Men don't gain weight because of thyroid. They're just bad eaters. Okay? Women gain weight without eating food. They don't even, okay, maybe they have to look at it, but they don't even have to eat it, and they gain weight. And guys, ladies, stress, it's a fat blocker. It don't allow you to lose fat because cortisol robs your progesterone and slows the thyroid because you get estrogen dominance. I used to watch for that in my office all the time. It always amazed me how little the world knows about hormones. Medicine, terrible at it. You have to look at everything holistically. You have to look at the whole body. How is it operating? And when no one's taking your case history, how the heck do they know if your cortisol is high? Stress really can affect your body big time. Men, testosterone. Women, estrogen dominance caused by low levels of progesterone, because your cortisol robs progesterone. It's not, it's complicated, but it's not that complicated. And it messes you up. Hey, doc, I'm losing my hair. Now, if a man loses his hair, okay? Honest, I used to have, what a head of hair I had. Okay? A man losing hair, so what? It doesn't mean bad hormone. You know, people try and tell me, I said, look, we're from another planet, okay? It's different. But ladies, you should never lose your hair. It might, you know, when you're 80, you might thin it out a little bit. But you shouldn't be losing hair. Your hair is your glory. Your hair is everything. You know, I mean, for a woman, come on. But stress-related diseases, okay? I want to spend a few minutes on this. The perfect storm. Ladies, I'm going to tell you something. You can't get breast cancer, in my opinion, without stress being involved. It creates inflammation in the body. Stress will lower your immunity. You know, people think of immunity, you know, immunity, you know, is for bugs, viruses, bacteria. Yeah, that's true. But it's also, your body has natural killer cells. And they're always on the lookout for cancer. You know what puts them to sleep? Sugar and another S, stress. Puts them to sleep. They can't do their job. And I've never seen a case, and I mean it, because I remember women crying in my office. They already had breast cancer. They're coming to me. And they want to get their estrogen balanced with their progesterone. Well, they didn't know that when they were coming to me, but I was explaining to that. I said, you have estrogen dominance. It makes things grow, especially in breast tissue. You got too much estrogen. You're too much of a woman. We're going to help you with that. And I said, now tell me, you got cancer, right? Yep, okay. Tell me about, let's talk about your life a little bit. And I'm not kidding you guys. I'm not kidding you. I can't even think of one exception of it. The stress was there. Looking after, you know, a mom or a dad, mom and dad, or mom died, or dad's alone, and ladies, family dynamics, children, you know, not well or sick or off the rails, or marriage problems, financial problems, emotional stress. It's a big factor. when it comes to especially breast cancer. And guys, breast cancer, oh, I get uptight when I see a pink ribbon. I do, okay? It gives me a migraine. We pour, not millions, billions in Canada and the United States. Every year, wear pink. Well, I'm sorry, but where is that money going? Oh, cancer research. Yeah, about 10% of it or less. But even then, what is it going into? They're trying to find the cure for cancer. Oh, I get a splitting migraine. What? You think a pill? You think a pill is going to fix that? I mean, there's multiple factors. Listen, I agree. Let's lower estrogen. Let's balance the hormones. You better get on a diet with no sugar, no crappy carbs. I wrote an article for a magazine a couple of months ago, and I talked about oxalates in women, breast tissue. Yeah, I know. You're not a rabbit. That's what I try and tell women. You're not a rabbit. I love my sailing. Yeah, but it creates oxalates, and oxalates, people think of only kidney stones, and I was showing them some research that in breast cancer, oxalates are usually very high. Because women have bought the lie that animal food, and it's going to get worse, ladies. Get ready. The onslaught is coming to a theater near you. Don't eat meat. Don't eat meat. Don't eat meat. And there's going to be radical people that are going to be at the grocery stores blocking the aisles, maybe. So you can't get at your meat. I'm telling you, my friend, the world's gone crazy on steroids. An agenda. Oxalates. It's not everything. But I used to look at all those factors. The best thing you can eat for cancer is steak. How's that? The best. Nothing like it. Why? Well, one of the growth factors in cancer, breast cancer, and prostate cancer, and any cancer, is insulin. Insulin is a growth hormone. And you only use insulin when you eat, and you use a lot of it when you eat wrong. And when you use a lot of insulin, you're going to create a cascade of problems called metabolic syndrome in your body. It's food. What doctor is going to talk to you about food? Ooh. I get excited. Cardiovascular, more in men than women, as far as stress goes. I'm not saying that stress can't affect a woman's cardiovascular system. It certainly can. But it's not the primary thing. Stress, cardiovascular, men. Because of testosterone. That's sinking. Testosterone in a man protects his heart. That's why you can be skinny as a rake and be very unhealthy in a man. Very unhealthy. Because testosterone's often low. 90% after the age of 40. That's hard on your heart, men. It's hard on your brain, it's hard on your heart. It's hard on your sex life. Ladies, Do you know what I'm talking about? Your man? Yeah. It's hormones in a man. It's not that complicated. Because like I said, he's only got the king. He don't have the queen. But that's important, guys. And ladies, estrogen dominance. It affects your thyroid. Big time. Breast cancer. Big time. Very specific cancer. Estrogen dominance. The hypothalamus. The adrenal glands, which release cortisol. Starts in the brain. Be careful. Fear. Anxiety. Bitterness. Rage. Really affect the hormones. Big time. And long term. The Bible calls bitterness a root. It's a root. And it grows. And it messes you up physically, emotionally. Well, Dr. Martin, you don't understand. Well, I don't know what you went through. But all I'm telling you is what it does to your health. That's important to me. Now we'll talk a little bit of what to do to lower your cortisol. Okay? We'll do that. Well, we talk about it all the time, but we'll do a little review of things that are really, really good for you. Okay? Now, did you have fun today? Okay. I get a little excited. I enjoy you guys so much you have no idea. Thank you so much for making this program as successful as it is. It's you. It's not me. It's you. And you're the fact that you share it, tell your friends, tell your family, blah, blah, blah. How many people I talk to? People that I've never met personally, but through the private Facebook group or whatever, we find out people that are telling other people, and it's amazing. What a community. Thank you very much. That's all you guys. We appreciate it. Okay? Tell them about the over 1 millionth download on our podcast, The Doctor Is In. Okay? You can download it on your smartphone. You don't even have to be smart, because I can do it. Okay? Okay, guys. We love you dearly. We'll talk to you soon.